Hey YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm going to do the second of my Underdog deck profiles. Meant to do this like a little bit sooner, but I've been working like 2 jobs, so it's been difficult, but getting to this right now. So, this one will be, and these are in no particular order, I'm just doing them in whatever order I get to. The second deck profile is going to be for Tachikaze's Ancient Dragons. Definitely the best way, if not the only way you can really play. I mean, I shouldn't say the only way, but the best way you can play with Tachis right now. Yes, we will be getting support eventually, like starting in the early next year, but for now, this is what there is to work with. Basically, if you're playing Tachikaze, you should probably be playing Ancient Dragons, which are pretty cool. They're not meta like at all really, but they have some really good strong points. Like they, as a lot of people know, they have one of the best turn twos in the game. They can be extremely aggressive. Like it can easily just push you to like 4 or 5 damage like on their second turn. They're very aggressive. So to get onto it, I'm gonna start with the grade 3s. Playing 4 of the Legion Tyrannoquake. He's just a big card that attacks with a crit, and incidentally, the way it teams up with that card that it sacrifices creates additional attacks. So, big crit and creates another attack for you during your turn. He's pretty good. And then for my second grade 3, I'm not playing the Break Ride, and I'm not playing the other Legion Mate. Both are cool in their own way. But for the functionality of the deck, I'm playing 4 Tyranno Legend. Tyranno Legend himself, I don't think is all that great. He's actually kind of mediocre. But he works with the rest of the deck, so that's why I've got him in here. For the grade 2s, we have 3 of the 12k attacker, 4 of the Legion Mate, who can, when retired, recall itself. Very, very good card. One of the key cards of the deck for sure. And then the last grade 2 is 4 Dino Crowd. Dino Crowd is one of the parts that makes this deck have its good moves. If you have like both these two on turn 2, you're going to put in a lot of work, and your opponent's going to probably take at least 2 damage, if not like 3 or 4 damage. And for the grade 1s, got 4 Iguana Gorg, the grade 1 copy of the Legion Mate. When retired, it recalls itself. Very good card. What I didn't even mention that I should have mentioned about when I was talking about the grade 2 is this clan, because of like how it does, has some like a lot of good matchups. Honestly, like anything that like retires, like Kagero, Shadow Paladins, Narukami. Like this is one of the worst matchups they could have because of cards like this guy, who when retired they just replace themselves. It's pretty good. That, and it creates additional attacks and stuff. Like this clan isn't like a meta clan right now, but it's a very good clan and it's very cheap. It's always been one of my favorites personally. I just like its really aggressive playstyle. And then we have for Perfect Guard, for 10k attackers, keeping up with that aggression. There's something really cool about just being able to drop this thing as a 10k attacker and start shooting at things. And if you have to team up with a grade 1, you're still a 17. So like if you went first and your opponent rode a 7k Vanguard and you team up a grade 1 and this thing, you're shooting at it for 17, which they have to 15 guard. And then my last grade 1 is to Gatling. He's a grade 1 copy of the Dino Crowd, so very good. I actually don't know that I will always keep with 4 and 2. I may do 3 and 3. I don't know if I do 4 of him and 2 of him, but Also, things will change once the damage on flipping grade 1 comes out, but this is how it's ran right now. As for my starter, I use Baby Rex. The starters that are options for this clan, you have like a grade 3 searcher, you have the one that goes to the hand, you have the Legion starter and stuff. And of these options, I like Baby Rex the most. He creates an additional attack, and basically, by when he's retired, you can call a Tyranno Legend from the deck, which is the main purpose of Tyranno Legend in this deck, just to get out an additional attack. And that's why I like it, because it's very aggressive. And then for my trigger lineup, you'll notice this is similar for a lot of my deck profiles. I'm doing 7 crit and 5 draws. You may have noticed this is like my favorite like lineup of triggers, and 4 heals. I like the balance between 5 draws and 7 crits, especially in a clan like this where usually you don't minus by retiring your stuff for your push, but sometimes you do. So, and as for the grade 4s, I run 4 of the on hit, even though I'm not really using for his on hit skill. He creates additional attacks by retiring my rear guards, and then those rear guards revive. I like to play 3 of him. He's pretty good. I like him. Then I play 4 Pearly Titan, who is really cool. Against a deck like Shadow Paladins that have rear guards like Judge Bow that you really don't like, this is a great way to get them out of the way and make a really big power push at your opponent at the same time. These two are both really great. You just gotta find like the balance between them, where this guy usually leads to more attacks, and this guy leads to controlling your opponent's board and a really big power play. You almost never get the crit off of him. It really almost never happens. I think I've done it only a couple times, but... And then my last grade 4 is 1 Blizza, just because if you get to that point in the game, your opponent doesn't have a perfect guard. This thing's like unstoppable. So, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Wanted to get it done real quick. But yes, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them about like what I was talking about how this deck plays on turn 2 and stuff. But I think most people already know this stuff, so I'm really looking forward to when this new support comes out and stuff, with the extra booster. So thank you for watching this. See you next time.